Students, in this presentation we will see in the electoral reforms there are the different three antecedents which are very important at the time of filling form. These three antecedents should be are made compulsory by the Indian government. Those are very essential and mandatory. It should be fulfilled by the candidates. Now these are criminal antecedents, property antecedents, and educational antecedents. So in that first one, criminal antecedents. Electoral reforms has these three antecedents, and criminal antecedent is very important. The Representative of People's Act, that is RP Act of 1951, submission of details regarding the criminal antecedents are made compulsory for all the candidates along with their nomination paper. While filling the form for the candidate, these antecedents should be submitted. For that, the Supreme Court of India amended this Representative Act of 1951 in 2002. As per this act, candidate can be disqualified for the criminal offence. So on what basis that candidate can be disqualified as per this Representative People Act of 1951? Let's see those points. First one, a person is disqualified from the contesting election only on the conviction by the court of law. If any case is going on the candidate and if it is proved, then the person can be disqualified from the election. Second, cases are filed before 6 months, 6 months before elections would lead to the disqualification of election. So a candidate is standing for the election and there is one of a case on him before the 6 month itself, then that person can be disqualified. Third point is, if candidate accused with the offense and sentenced for the 3 years, then the person can be disqualified for contesting election. So this is about the criminal antecedents. May separate 5 mark one question may ask for this, write about the criminal antecedents. So students, important question. Second antecedent is educational antecedents. The candidate has to fill an affidavit to give information relating to his educational qualification. Being representative of the people, one has to be educated and actively take part in the proceeding of the legislative administration and law making process. जब हम अपना संसद चुनते हैं तो हमारा सांसद ऐसा हो कि जो खुद एक पढ़ा लिखा, समझदार और जो एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन में सही तरीके से पार्ट ले, सहभागी हो और समस्या और लोगों की समस्याओं को सुलझाए, ना ही उनकी उलझन और बढ़ाए. That's why while choosing our candidate, people or the voter has to be very aware. They has to think about the candidate's educational background. Though the constitution has not mentioned any educational qualification to the candidates, this disclosure enables to the voter to elect qualified person. Students, there is no any specific qualification required for the vote for the candidate, but then also we have to be careful. We have to be aware about the person whom we are casting our vote. So this is the educational background for the candidate. And the third point is property antecedents. While filling nomination form, contesting an election is an expensive affair. Person with a good education but dearth of funds may hesitate to contest, whereas people with the money, power get elected and amass more wealth. Some people think that why should we enter into politics, because politics makes person very dirty. But if you remain away from the good people remain away from the politics, then the people who comes in the government, they will make this as a earning profession. This leads to the corruption, and to curb this, election commission has made this property antecedents as a mandatory. And while filling nomination form, details of movable and immovable property of candidate and his family members, everything should be transparent. He has to show how much total property he has. It may be movable or immovable property. This disclosure helps to the voter to assess the honesty or otherwise of the candidate. व्यक्ति को अपनी पूरी संपत्ति के बारे में यहाँ पे लिखा चिट्ठा देना पड़ता है, तब जाकर लोगों को पता चलेगा कि यह व्यक्ति और जो उनका सांसद है वो कैसा है. So these all three antecedents are made mandatory at the time of filling form for the elections. Candidate has to provide criminal antecedents, educational antecedent, and property antecedents. So students, 10 mark question may be asked for this. Write down the electoral reforms, which consist of elector's photo identity card, electronic voting machine, and these three antecedents should be explained.